I see you guys have stayed out of that collateral damage, so welcome back to the Crash Course Metal Show. Today we are going to be doing a March Madness in hair metal, if you will. So, March Madness, the NCAA tournament, is about to get underway, and I just thought it would be a kind of a cool deal to do a March Madness hair metal. So we're gonna put bands on a bracket, and then we are gonna find who the winner is. Actually, so this isn't a bracket that I made up. This is one that I found on a hair metal Reddit uh, post or thread, whatever, what have you. So this isn't because there's a couple on here that I was like, oh, I wouldn't put them in hair metal. So let us jump into it right now and have a gander because I didn't really go through this much. I seen a couple of the bands, but I didn't actually pre-think this out. So as you can see here, we have in one bracket, we have Whitesnake versus Dio, Wasp versus Quiet Riot. We got Winger versus Cinderella, Scorpions versus Skid Row, Rat versus Guns N' Roses, Dokken versus Warrant, Twisted Sister and Motley Crue, and then finally we have Y&T versus Def Leppard. So yes, I obviously I wouldn't put Dio into this hair metal category, but he's here, so we're gonna do it. I wouldn't put Quiet Riot either, or Scorpions probably. But as of now, this is just gonna be the first one. I mean, I could do plenty of these brackets here if you guys want me to, but as of today, we're gonna be going with this one. And so let us do Whitesnake and Dio first, if we may. Okay, so Whitesnake. Yeah, I mean, I like the blues albums, late 70s or mid 70s, late 70s, early 80s of Whitesnake. Even probably more. I mean, Whitesnake's modern era is even really, really good stuff there. Yeah, I mean, but Dio's great there too. I like everything that pretty much everything solo Dio did. Uh, I think I I generally visit Whitesnake, I guess, more. So we're gonna go Whitesnake on the first bracket here, but that's actually kind of a tougher one because Slip of the Tongue, I do like that album actually. 87, the biggest Whitesnake album there is. I just don't get to it that much, but everything, the whole body of work though of Whitesnake is really really good and pretty extensive catalog over the years as well. I think we're gonna go Whitesnake here. Wasp versus Quiet Riot. This one's easy for me because I don't really listen to Quiet Riot other than Paul Sorrentino's version of Quiet Riot on, the self-titled QR. Very good stuff. Stay with me tonight. Great stuff. And there's great ballads on that album as well with Paul. But overall, as a whole body of work, it doesn't come close. We're going with Wasp on that one. All right, next we have Winger and Cinderella. This one's tough as hell. But Cinderella is my favorite band. So it's not even much of a contest. But Winger is absolutely great though too. I mean, I hate doing this and not talking about it much, but it's just gonna be Cinderella, plain and simple. But man, Winger's still putting out great shit. There's not much that they haven't put out that's not great. So I mean, absolutely amazing stuff. But we're going with Cinderella. So next we're going to be doing Scorpions and Skid Row. I was just never that big of a Scorpions guy ever, even in my younger years and even up until now. I just never got into them, and I don't even consider them a hair metal band. Yes, they kind of jumped on that bandwagon, in the mid to late 80s, early 90s and such, which those albums are actually decent. Like the one from 1990 is actually pretty good. Even Face the Heat or I forget what the 93 album is. That's even okay. I have those albums, but it's just nothing I really visit much, if at all, if I even visit once a year, to be honest with you. But like Skid Row, yeah, I visit, which I don't visit Skid Row that much either, but visit Skid Row way, way, way more, especially the first two albums, than the Scorpions. And even the new album, The Gang's All Here from Skid Row, is I'd rather listen to than almost any other Scorpions albums that I have. So take that for what you will. All right, so we are going with Skid Row. Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to jump in right here in this video and say thank you so much for watching so far and for watching all the other videos as well that we post. And also, can you guys click the like button? Help us get out, push us out into the YouTube algorithm for all other metal fans to find us and to find this music. And also, fans that aren't aware that they're fans of this music and of these bands and such that we like to talk about here. And also, too, if you guys want to subscribe. So if you guys are down with that, I have nothing else for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will get right back into this video. All right, now we got Dokken versus Warrant. This one is actually really, really tough. This one might be the toughest of the first round, to be completely honest with you. I love Warrant. Those first 3 fucking albums are amazing. But the same can be said with Dokken with that 3 album stretch. The new Dokken album was really good though. I was super impressed with that album. Even Dysfunctional from '95 is a good album, all things considering. Back for the Attack though is really good, but man, I honestly did not know where I was gonna go with this one, and I still kind of don't. But I think I'm leaning Warrant, guys, just because of Dog Eat Dog is just absolutely amazing. But then, okay, you put up Back for the Attack versus Dog Eat Dog. Both are great, but I think Dog Eat Dog does beat it. But that's absolutely George Lynch's peak in his prime, playing along with the first 2 Lynch Mob albums. So there's that. God, this is tough as hell. Tough, and not the band tough. Let's go with Let's go with Warrant, I guess.
6 hours later.
Yeah, because both bands do have duds in their catalog. There's no doubt. Dud albums. Dokken certainly does, and so does Warrant. Let's go with Warrant, I guess. All right, fuck yeah. Because unless you want me to do a coin flip, I'm going with Warrant. All right. Next is Twisted Sister and Motley Crue.
This executive order is the fuck around and find out order, also known as the FAFO. This order is for everyone who fucked around and will now find out.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
I am not the biggest Twisted Sister fan at all. The only one I can even listen to is Love Is for Suckers. I did just recently pick up Can't Stop Rock and Roll, and I only like maybe half of that album. Twisted Sister is just not very good songwriting band. Dee Snider does just not impress me as a vocalist. Half of the shit's corny, in my opinion, or more than half, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I just never got into Twisted Sister. Even when I was 12 years old, I was like, not very good. Not the guitar playing is just not good. I mean, when you compare it to the rest of these bands, like talent wise, every single band on here slaughters Twisted Sister technically, and songwriting wise, every single band. So yeah, Twisted Sister's easily last place. And I'm not, and like I said, I'm not even the biggest Scorpions fan or Quiet Riot, but I will certainly pick any album from that catalog over the best Twisted Sister album.
Look like garbage.
But I mean, like I did say, Love Is for Suckers, I can actually play that album and get into it. So I'm taking Motley Crue here. Yeah, we're doing that. All right. Because I even think Motley Crue's overrated, but I do think Motley Crue does have talent, though. Like, there is good songs that I can still revisit and such like that. So, yeah, that's where I'm going with that, Motley Crue. Y&T, interesting. Y&T versus Def Leppard. The only reason why I'm taking this long and thinking about it, because, like, I grew up with Def Leppard. That was my aunt's favorite band, so, like, I'm very familiar with the catalog. Y&T, I'm not. I have all their just about all their albums, but to be honest with you, I don't visit them that much. But I do like them though. Like what I do have and listen to and stuff, I do like it. But I just don't visit it as much. But I don't visit Def Leppard though either. I haven't visited Def Leppard out of my own free will for the last 5-10 years. So, but Def Leppard does have one of the best ballad catalogs in the hair metal genre, along with Warrant as well. Except Love Bites. That absolutely sucks. But everything else, though, I'm a fan of. Well, just about everything. Every other ballad that Def Leppard did, I'm a fan of. Let's go with Y&T though, because I find myself visiting Y&T a lot more than which isn't a whole lot, but I visit Y&T a lot more the past 10 years than say Def Leppard. So that's where I'm gonna go with that. Yeah. All right. So next we have Guns N' Roses and Rat. This is another one that's not that tough. I mean, I'm going with Rat. I- it's not that tough to me. In all honestly, Detonator, that album alone kills anything that Guns N' Roses did, in my opinion. I mean, Appetite for Destruction, yes, that's great. It's a great album, but you can only give us Appetite for Destruction and Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and even those Use Your Illusions are okay. You could just made one really strong album out of that instead of making two. But even like Chinese Democracy, I can get down with. Like, there's some good stuff on there. But overall, man, like Rat, like even if you take out the first two albums, which I'm a fan of, but like they're not my favorite, Out of the Cellar and Invasion of Your Privacy. Neither one of those are my favorite Rat albums. So even if you take those two albums out of the equation here and put up the final three Rat albums, as in the original run, Reach for the Sky, Detonator, and uh, Dancing Undercover, then I would still take Rat. That's my opinion. All right, so what we have next is the second round. We are in the second round here now, guys.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy Paris from Count 77 and Brittany Fox, and I've got some solo albums at TommyParis.com. More importantly, right now, you are watching and listening to the Crash Course Metal Show.
So we have Whitesnake versus Wasp. I think I gotta go with Wasp. I'm going with Wasp because I visit Wasp more. I like the different eras. I mean, I like the different eras of Whitesnake here, though, too. But I tend to visit Wasp more than I do Whitesnake. Even, yes, Wasp does have a couple duds of albums in like the early 2000s and such. But like, I even like Eldorado a shit ton. And a lot of people shit on that album and say that's one of Wasp's worst albums. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about.
And for you naysayers, I have two strong words for you. Come on. Come on.
You know, like even KFD, like is a good album in the right context. Like you can't listen to that album when you go out and party. It's just not gonna work. But if you're in like a depressed state or just like in a dark room, like if you just want to listen to like a horror movie album, that is one right there. Um, but yeah, I'm going with Wasp though. Whitesnake, yeah, Whitesnake doesn't beat that because you could probably throw up any Whitesnake albums up against any Wasp albums, and more times than not, I would say I would choose the Wasp album over the Whitesnake album. So yeah, let's go with Wasp there. All right, next we have Cinderella versus Skid Row. That's gonna be Cinderella. Skid Row, fine. I mean, a fine band, but I'm not gonna say overrated Skid Row because they don't really get played much like Motley Crue and Def Leppard and shit like that. So, but yeah, I certainly visit Cinderella. The first two albums of Cinderella kills the first two albums of Skid Row. Both are all of them are great. I'm just finding small details and little hairs to split here, guys. So I gotta find some kind of argument with myself. Okay, so yes, I gotta be crazy about this.
This is dark. This is it. He goes, Sam, when did we hit the bottom? This interesting sense of humor of yours. This is it.
All right, so we are going with Cinderella in that spot for the second round. Next, we have Warrant versus Motley Crue. This one's easy. You got to go Warrant. Janie Lane's songwriting is great. I mean, Nikki Sixx is a good songwriter, but like nothing compared to Janie Lane. And those first three albums of Warrant kills everything, minus the 1994 album. Take that out of the take the 94 Karabi album out of the equation because I don't want to lump that greatness in with Vince's mediocrity of a catalog. So take the Motley 94 out. You could put Warrant's first three albums up against that all of Vince's catalog Motley Crue, and it would still Warrants would still beat it by a mile. So that's where I stand on that. So that's a easy one for Warrant to get into the third round, I guess. Yeah, the third round. Next we have Y&T versus Rat. I think I'm going to go with Rat here, just because I do visit Rat still a good amount. I don't visit the first two albums that much. I think, I honestly think the first, like Out of the Cellar, is a little overrated, just because it's so early. People put that up on a higher pedestal. Same thing with like Quiet Riot. They were just so early. People think that album, and Motley Crue, they think those early albums are just so much better than everything else in the genre that they're kind of blind to it, to its weaknesses. So, but still, we're still going with Rat here against Y&T. Maybe I should visit Y&T more. Um, I would say out of all of these bands, Scorpions and Y&T, well, and obviously Twisted Sister, but I heard a lot of Twisted Sister over the years, but Y&T is probably the least one I have the most of. I would say like I said, I have most of their stuff, but I just I don't visit it that much for some reason. But they're a good band though. But still, we're going with Rat though here, going into the third round. So we have here in the third round, this one gets to the championship. So we have Wasp versus Cinderella. We gotta go Cinderella. I mean, Wasp is up there. I will say Wasp is good. Are they a top 10 band? No, not for me. But they're up there though. I mean, like, that catalog is pretty strong, pretty strong. But to me, like I said, Cinderella's like there. I've been with Cinderella since I was minus 9 months old. So, it's gonna be hard to beat Cinderella. Next, we have Warrant versus Rat. This is actually decently tough here. Decently. This is actually making me think a little bit. I still have to go Warrant. Still have to go Warrant. Those first three fucking albums, man. Like Dirty Rotten Filthy was my favorite Warrant album when I was a teenager, on the younger side of things. But as I get older into my 20s and such, and now 30, like Doggy Dog just smashes everything in its wake. Almost everything. Almost everything. But certainly a top 10 album in the genre, in my opinion. Doggy Dog. But we are going with Warrant. But Detonator's right up there too. Detonator's a great album. But generally speaking, I do visit Warrant's catalog more than I do Rat's. Especially these last 5 to 10 years. Especially. Yeah, let's go with Warrant here. Let's go with Warrant. All right. So that actually puts Cinderella against Warrant. Very interesting. Very interesting. I actually wouldn't have thought that, to be completely honest with you. Not that Warren isn't worthy of it at all. But obviously, it depends who you're going up against in the first and second rounds and stuff. Just like in the actual March Madness bracket. You could have two absolutely amazing teams or bands play each other in the first round, and one of them is going to get knocked out. And it just sucks. It's just the way the cards fall. So that's where we're at here. So we got Cinderella versus Warrant. It's gonna go with Cinderella. Maybe the next one I do is not gonna have my all-time favorite band on it. That'll make it a lot. Well, maybe not a lot harder, but that would make it certainly harder and not have a very clear winner. If you want me to do more of like an underground band March Madness, I can certainly do that for the round of 32 or 64. Every week maybe I'll do one until March Madness ends. So, but guys, let me know in the comments. I gotta go with Cinderella, right? We gotta do that. I mean, I know a lot of people love Warren, and I'm right there with you. I love Warren as well. But man, Cinderella, I one of the best in the genre, bar none. And more people than not, if they know what they're talking about, they will agree with that. One of the best for a reason in the hair metal genre, in the glam metal genre. So, guys, let me know in the comments.
Talk to me.
What you guys think? Where are some of your rankings at? Where did I go wrong? Where did I go right? And obviously Cinderella is the best, so that is one of the right things I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this March Madness and hair metal, and if you guys want me to do more, I will certainly do more of these. These are pretty fun. But stay out of that collateral damage, guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out this one right here.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.